It was supposed to be just another late evening. A quiet night drive, the empty road humming beneath the car, and the faint sound of music in the background. But sometimes life changes in seconds, in places as ordinary as a gas station. And on this night, one single mother would find herself standing against fear, humiliation, and danger. Unexpected angels on roaring bikes would change everything. Sarah had always been the type of woman who carried too much on her shoulders, but never complained. Widowed young, with a son barely 10 years old, she worked 2 jobs just to make ends meet. That night, she had picked her son up from his friend's house and stopped at a gas station to refuel before heading home. The neon lights of the station buzzed faintly, casting long shadows over the pavement. Her son Ethan sat inside the car half asleep against the window. Sarah swiped her card at the pump, sighing as she thought about the long day behind her. That's when she heard the voices. Loud, mocking, aggressive. 3 men leaning against a dark pickup, their eyes locked on her as if she were prey. They laughed under their breath, throwing crude remarks her way. At first, Sarah tried to ignore them. She told herself she'd finish quickly, get back in the car, and drive away. But the men didn't stop. Their words grew sharper, more invasive. One of them even stepped closer, circling her like a predator testing his boundaries. Her heart raced. She glanced back at Ethan, who was awake now, watching her with wide, frightened eyes. The last thing she wanted was for him to see her fear. She tried to steady her voice to sound strong, but her hands shook as she tightened the pump handle. "Please, just leave me alone," she said quietly. But her plea only fed their arrogance. One man blocked her path back to the car, while another sneered, making comments that cut deep. For Sarah, it wasn't just about herself anymore. It was about protecting her son, about showing him that his mother wouldn't crumble. Yet in that moment, she felt utterly powerless, trapped under the harsh glow of the gas station lights. Then came the sound that broke through the tension. At first faint, then louder, a deep rumble of engines approaching, motorcycles, several of them, rolling in like thunder on the horizon. Sarah turned her head, confusion mixing with hope, as a group of leather-clad bikers pulled up, their headlights slicing through the darkness. The thugs turned too, their laughter faltering. The leader of the bikers, a tall man with a gray beard and kind but stern eyes, shut off his engine and walked toward the scene. The air changed instantly, thick with a silent warning. Without a word, the bikers began to surround Sarah's car, their presence forming a protective wall between her and the men. The thugs, who had been so bold just moments ago, now shifted uneasily, their bravado shrinking under the weight of dozens of watchful eyes. Sarah clutched her son's hand as the leader of the bikers looked straight at the men. His voice was calm but carried authority. "That's enough," he said. "You're done here." The 3 men muttered curses under their breath, trying to hold on to their pride. But they knew they were outnumbered. Slowly, reluctantly, they backed away, climbing into their truck with forced laughter, as if to pretend they hadn't just been humiliated. Their tires screeched as they sped off into the night, leaving behind only silence and the heavy smell of gasoline. Sarah stood frozen, her chest heaving as the adrenaline settled. She expected the bikers to leave just as quickly, but instead the leader turned to her with a gentle smile. "You all right, ma'am?" he asked. His voice, though rough, carried genuine concern. Sarah nodded, her eyes filling with tears she had been holding back. Ethan clung to her side, his small hand gripping hers tightly. For the first time that night, Sarah felt safe. Safe because strangers, men society often judged by their leather jackets and tattoos, had chosen to stand by her side. The bikers didn't ask for thanks, but the gratitude in her eyes said it all. They escorted her car out of the gas station, their motorcycles flanking her like guardian angels, ensuring no danger followed. Ethan, staring out the window, whispered softly, "Mom, they saved us." And Sarah, her throat tight with emotion, whispered back, "Yes, sweetheart, they did." The ride home felt different that night. Not because the danger had passed, but because of the reminder it carried. That kindness can come from the most unexpected places. And sometimes when the world tries to break you, strangers will rise to protect what's good. In the days that followed, Sarah couldn't stop replaying the moment. The fear, the helplessness, and then the sudden, powerful relief. Her story spread through the small town, inspiring others, and reminding them not to judge people by appearances. And for Sarah, the memory became something more. It became a story of hope she could tell her son for years to come. Because sometimes, the heroes don't wear uniforms. Sometimes they ride motorcycles.